Hello friends, today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic. So far I have been talking to you about the psychology of the client. You know how the client psychology contributes 40% to your sale, and today we are going to talk about how your own mindset contributes 40% towards the sale, which means your mindset is impacting the sale. It's not about your skills, it's not about your knowledge, but it's about your mindset. Please understand this very clearly. And the reason why this is important is not because whether you will make a sale or not. You may be making a sale, but if you are able to understand these things, your ticket size can dramatically increase, in multiple folds. And that is why you have to give this attention. We have been able to get very good results in our personal coaching, group coaching, and even in our batches, is because we are training people on how to manage the psychology or the mindset. Now my dear friends, basically the first part, so this is a two-part process video. One part is I'm going to talk about the self-talk. The second part I'm going to talk about the communication with the customer, and we will have a lot of other details on this. So this video is about the advisor's mindset, about the agent's mindset. Now what is self-talk? Self-talk is a talk that you have with yourself. And that is very important that you know and understand this, that every time you are having a talk with yourself, and this chatterbox is continuously going on, and it keeps talking to yourself. Like Lisa Hayes very beautifully mentioned, be careful of how you are talking with yourself, because you are listening. Yes, my dear friends, you are listening to your own self-talk, and your sales can be it can be a make or break situation based on what you do self-talk. So what is self-talk? Self-talk is the talk that you are having with yourself on the way to the customer. So when you are going to the customer, the self-talk is the talk that you have with yourself, and this is contributing to 40% of your sale. Therefore, you have to be very careful about what you are talking when you are going to the customer. Now how what impacts this self-talk? The impact of the self-talk, number one, is if you are having any negative incidents, emotions, memories, or anything that has happened with the client, so that will again impact your self-talk, and it does a big damage to your basic sales process that you are doing. The other thing that comes in the way of this self-talk is your own your own understanding. Have you done a proper preparation before you went for the sale? If you have done prepare, consider the client's situation, consider all his his requirements and everything very thoroughly, and if you are then making this proposal and presentation, you will have a self-confidence, and that self-confidence will be reflected in the self-talk, and then it will get reflected on the sales process. So primarily and this self-talk actually creates your body language. So what is body language? Body language in communication is basically the body speaking. So when you are speaking, also your body is speaking to the client, and therefore the body and if you should understand, the body language contributes almost 60% to the communication. And if body language is 60% communication, please remember your self-talk impacts a lot. Now you may be asking, how will the person know what I am talking to myself, and how will the body language change? I can tell you some few examples. Like if you are driving the car and if you take a call, somebody gives a call, immediately that person will ask, are you driving? Sometimes you get up early in the morning, you are just in the sleep, and suddenly you get a call and you answer the call, and somebody will say, are you sleeping, did I disturb you? So how do people know about this, right? Now in the voice, if we can communicate something like this without the person seeing us, person has not seen me that I am sleeping, or even because I am sleeping and calling, he will ask, are you sleeping? So then when the body language is basically, when you are in front of the customer, the body language plays a very important role. Let me give you an example. How does a ticket collector in a railway catch people who have not got the ticket? He doesn't ask ticket to everybody. It was my personal experience about 25 years back. when I used to travel by the train, that every time I didn't have a ticket, the ticket collector very properly and positively caught me. But whenever if I bought a ticket and even if I went around him, he would not ask me the ticket because he knows through my body language. Imagine if body language can communicate to the TC, then it can definitely communicate to anybody. They don't ask, they don't spend time asking everybody, they just look at the faces of people, look at the body language, and immediately they come to know whether he's purchased the ticket. The police catch criminals also in a similar way because their body language gives it out all. And therefore, my dear friends, this video, the first part of the two-part, in which we are talking about communicating with ourselves, which is our internal part. It's our belief, it's our internal part, and we need to be careful about that. I will be talking in the next video on how do you communicate with the prospect. If you like this topic of the new thing that we are talking about, then please like, subscribe, and share this video with many of your friends and colleagues and development officers, so that everybody understands this. And once you understand this, as I told you, your ticket size will phenomenally increase. We in our training programs actually do this mindset building of our participants, and it is helping in a big way. Personal coaching, we got fantastic results. Group coaching, we are getting some fantastic results, and even in our batches. So my dear friends, this is something not just which we are talking about, it has been implemented and it has given great results. Thank you very much.